My name is Adam Riding, who's an advanced practitioner at the Luminate Education Group across the further education colleges. This presentation is going to share the CPD we do with our early career teachers on the Getting Ahead programme. So the presentation is going to look at the CPD strands that we offer as part of the Luminate FE colleges. We're going to be looking at who our beginner teachers are, what we need to consider when preparing our early career teachers, the Getting Ahead programme itself and how it currently looks, and the future developments as well. So the Luminate FE colleges offer different CPD strands depending on, first of all, the career stage, and secondly, the role-specific CPD as well. So going from left to right, we've got the career stage CPD, which this is where the Getting Ahead programme fits in, and it's aimed at teachers and delivery staff who are within their first 2 years of teaching. We've then got the experience strand, which is aimed at teachers who are more experienced who've been teaching for more than 2 years, and those that are in the excellence strand who have evidenced excellence within their teaching. Moving on to the role-specific CPD, so we've got the support strand, which is called MEET, aimed at learning support assistants and teaching assistants. We've got future focused, which is the apprenticeship strand, aimed at assessors who are wanting to enhance their practice. And finally, we've got the leadership strand, which is called Take the Lead, aimed at colleagues who are aspiring to lead on the development of teaching, learning, assessment within their areas. So we've got a wide variety of beginner teachers that we need to consider as part of the Getting Ahead programme. So we've got our pre-service student teachers to probationary teachers, teaching apprenticeships to those that are brand new and newly qualified teachers. So we've got a lot to consider when preparing the CPD programme for our early career teachers. So the key question is, what do we need to consider when preparing the support guidance and training for early career teachers? Well, we need to consider the experience of the teachers. Some people might be brand new to it, so just starting their PGCE, pre-service, for example, whereas others may be a lot more experienced, well into their second year. We need to look at the current support that they're getting, mentoring within different departments, as well as the importance of keeping new teachers in the profession and reducing the drop-off rate and doing all we can to keep teachers. We need to make sure that the content of the CPD strand is current and up to date, and it's based on evidence-based research, and making sure that we are considering the strengths and areas of development of the teachers that we've got on our programme as well. And finally, consideration towards the ITT framework as well. We also look at and make close links with the professional values and attributes on the professional standards, as well as the professional knowledge and understanding and professional skills, and that's embedded right throughout the programme as well. We also consider the early career framework. Having worked with a lot of early career teachers over the last couple of years, a lot of them really want to work on the classroom management aspect and managing the learning environment, which is part of the programme, and also really making sure that their lessons are well planned and their lessons are really well structured, and they can teach it in a logical way. So how do we decide what to include in the Getting Ahead programme? So we take into account information from managers and heads. We take into account the reflections from the teachers. So what are their strengths and what are their areas of development? We look at information gathered from the learning visits that take place throughout the year, the data from the different areas and from the college, as well as the early career framework and the ETF standards, which we've touched on already, and the content already covered in the PGCE and the Cert Ed. So the programme itself runs once a month, and the hourly sessions. So the first session looks at structuring lessons, so the importance of starting points and different activities and strategies we can use to get the learners engaged straight away at the start of the lesson, but also gaining the information that we need from the learners to assess what they already know, and so we can help move on through the lesson, and students can make strong progress. We look at the terminology used within the learning intentions and the importance of planning and the challenge aspect as well throughout each lesson, and as well as looking at the bigger picture in terms of how their curriculum is designed as well. So the second session looks at the creating a positive learning environment. So the importance of reinforcing routines, promoting a culture of learning, and the importance of stressing that, to build up a really good rapport with our learners. And that could be through the consistency of the language in our behaviours and role models within the classroom as well. Third session looks at individualised learning, personalised learning, so different ways to assess our learners and making sure that it has a good variety of assessment methods within each lesson. We are looking at activities which promote individualised learning and any potential issues that we may come across when planning. And sometimes it is quite easy to over-plan, so we've got to be conscious of workload and how to avoid sort of creating increased workload for our early career teachers, as well as looking at what progress looks like and how to assess our learners and how do they know they're making progress, and how do we know that they're making progress throughout lessons as well. The fourth session focuses on digital and independent learning. So they're looking at digital skills and how to embed these into practice and how technology can be used to engage our learners both inside and outside of the classroom, and the importance of promoting independent learning skills with our learners as well. And finally, the last session looks at the psychology of learning, so the retrieval practice, the importance of sequencing and linking new material to what learners already know, and the importance of constantly checking understanding as well. And one thing to sort of stress throughout the programme is it's the sessions are very much sharing ideas within the groups as well. It's definitely not myself sort of dictating and telling our career teachers how to teach. It's very much sharing what they're already doing with each other and looking at different ideas. So the sessions are very, very engaging. So the sessions run for 1 hour a month at different campuses with an optional coaching visit by myself. So the teacher would highlight a particular session. It may be a session where they are struggling with a particular group for different reasons, or they want to try something out. But it's important that we don't class that as an observation. It is very, very much supported, and it's using the coaching method for that. We are promoting a culture of peer visits across different departments, so really encouraging our teachers to go see other teachers and get outside of their department, go outside to different campuses or departments to see how other teachers teach as well. We constantly promote the QTLS and ETF, as well as the college chartered college membership, but it's important to stress that we constantly making links to evidence-based research throughout the programme as well. So future considerations of the Getting Ahead programme is that we need to be conscious of the newly qualified teachers that were in their placement year and they had their placements cut short from March 2020. The continuation of the programme from September onwards and looking at starting it much earlier in the next academic year to really help those teachers and support those new teachers moving forward when we do come back and we get back in the classroom, and expanding the programme into a 2-year programme which much more focus on teacher wellbeing, which is going to be really important when we do go back into the classroom. Other areas to further look at is to the increased usage of Google Classroom to share ideas, which we do use, and all the resources and strategies and the sessions are on there, but really just promoting it from a teacher to teacher point of view to share good practice amongst themselves. As well as the use of Edpuzzle, which is an excellent online tool. And we're going to have to increase the use of Google Meet, which we use in a lot of Google Meet for a lot of online sessions that we currently run as it stands, and that will be more so moving forward as well. Thank you for taking the time to see how we support early career teachers across the further education colleges in the Luminate Education Group.